Hello, everybody. My name's JJ Pistocco with Exec Digital. Today we have joining us Ed Kelly from Inca One Gold. How are you doing today, Ed?
Doing well, JJ. Great to be back with you here today.
Yeah, great to have you on again. So today, great news release for Inca One Gold, reporting the February numbers. February sales for Inca One Gold, over 5 million US dollars in sales. Wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, we had a pretty strong February as far as gold sales go. We were, as you know, we were quite busy in December and January, and so sometimes it just takes a little bit of time for the gold to be able to come out of the tanks and get into the desorption plant and turn it into gold doré and then recognize
Yeah.
the sale. But there was some of that. We did have a strong January as well, but that's all driving from a very strong December, January, and pretty strong February as well. But overall, the sales of January, or sorry, February, were at a record level for the best February ever in the company's history.
Yeah, over 150% growth since last February. It's
Yeah,
a substantial
yeah.
increase.
I would downplay that a little bit, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. And that a year ago in Peru, if people remember, and I guess it was December of 2022, there was some government, the president in Peru tried to, I guess, appoint himself as a dictator. He ended up in jail, and there were some protests and whatnot. So we weren't able to move our gold around as freely as normal, and we held on to it a little bit longer, and that caused some delays for gold sales in February of last year. So it's a little bit, not showing the true numbers behind there, but still very strong for this February. As I mentioned,
Yeah,
it was a
last
record
January was a lot
February.
stronger than the year before as well. So, trending the right direction with the gold sales.
Yes.
Also wanted to hear your thoughts on the gold market. It's reached all-time highs since last time I was seeing you, which is great for Inco and Gold. Let's hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's quite strong. Just last week, we think we got over 2,224 was a high. Um, pretty strong. I know there people are, the experts, let's say, are calling for even higher numbers than that, but this year. But we'll see. I mean, it should be no surprise, right? Because at the end of the day, now you're hearing, I heard from multiple sources. I don't keep track. I don't have time to keep track of the U.S. debt and don't look at it super carefully and keep track of the numbers. But just in interest alone, they're racking up over $1 trillion every 100 days, 90 to 100 days in interest.
Wow.
So, that money's never going to get paid back. And every time they add a dollar to the US debt, it just means that gold is becoming more valuable. That's the way I
Okay.
look at it. So I wouldn't expect that we're going to see the long-term trend in gold change anytime soon.
I think the exact same, Ed. I was also doing a little bit of my own research on the gold processing scene in Peru, and I found a comparable company, that Dynacor. Um, your guys' sales for this month was 5 million US dollars, while theirs was 20 million US dollars. So theirs was 4 times larger than yours, but their market cap sitting at 146 million, which is 24 times higher than yours. So your gold sales being 4 times less than theirs, but 24 times lower market cap. Wanted to hear your thoughts on that discrepancy, and yeah, just wanted to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit. I get the question a lot from all of our shareholders. Why is this and whatnot? And the only thing I can really boil it down to is that hey, the opportunity is there in Peru, especially now with the high gold price. Dynacor, they're our peer in the space. I wouldn't even call them a competitor. They're a
Hmm.
peer, as their plant in Chala is about 5 kilometers away from ours. And at the end of the day, for these miners, these ASMs, artisanal small scale miners, the most important thing to them is getting paid in a timely fashion. And we can only buy so much with the available cash that we have available right now. and we're deploying that at a more than efficient rate. Dynacor, they have about $40 million in working capital to be able to purchase mineral, and we've got obviously a fraction of that, but and they can inventory it for months at a time, so they can run continuously through. Say right now it's a little bit of a slow period in the year. It's always traditionally January, February, and they can just purchase and fill up their plants for 30 to 60 days. We've got a business plan, and it is our number one priority right now, is to raise sufficient working capital to sustain us at full production. And that's probably a debt package, depending on the gold price, somewhere between $20 to $25 million that we need to be able to sustain gold purchases at full production. And from that, we'd be able to produce 100,000 ounces of gold per year and have, today's gold price now, I guess it'd be around $220 million in top line revenue, and an EBIT of around 25 million, and a net profit somewhere between 12 to $15 million per year. So, we've been talking to a lot of groups. There's definitely a strong interest. The nice thing about our business is that we're fully built out, 450 tons per day, permitted. It's just working capital. And I guess my pitch to the investors is really that $20 million takes us to, as a company, that we'd be able to produce 100,000 ounces of gold per year and sustain it from the ASM sector. And there's no other business in the market today in the gold sector, whether you be a services business or a gold producer, that you'd be able to get that type of return with just a $20 million investment to get you 100,000 ounces of gold per year. And you can run the math and look at all the comparables of pre-production companies, and it's probably in the high hundreds of millions of dollars, all in to billions of dollars. So that's what I love about this business, is that the risk is low. There's very little. There is no mining risk for us, or exploration risk. It's really just a purchasing exercise from all the artisanal small scale miners in Peru.
Yeah.
And take a look at Dynacor. I mean, they are. I'd argue they're. Take a look at their chart. Go back 15 years. I think that's kind of, they're about fit. They started the business 15 years before us. So we're kind of right in that range when their stock was at 15 cents 15 years ago, and now there's at over $4. But they got fully funded and they were off to the races. So that's
the roadmap.
No better chart that I can see in the sector, for sure.
The roadmap for Inca One looks positive, with successful companies like Dynacor in the scene.
Absolutely.
Right, well,
and we're just one step away from being fully, funded in some sort of a debt package that's non-dilutive.
Yeah,
that's what we're looking for.
Great to have you on, Ed. Great to see another positive news release. Hopefully, I have you on for another one in the coming month, reporting the March numbers. But nice seeing you again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you next time.